Welcome to the Weeb Mindset, and all you need to know about me is I transform you into the best version of yourselves. In this video, we are going to discuss about whether English is a language or a status symbol. So, my answer would be English is a language, not a status symbol. What is English? You tell me. A language. And what is language used for? As a mode of communication. And a mode of communication can be of several types. It is different in different regions, cultures, and countries. I want to know from you, how many languages are there all around the world? Probably thousands or lakhs. This video is specifically for those so-called educated people who think or have that mindset that a person who speaks English is a very classy, educated, and a nice, well-known person. Whereas in this generation or in this world, a person who doesn't speak English or maybe speaks broken English because they're not so good at it is not educated. Their opinions do not matter or they cannot be more smart. I know if you are someone who is thinking that, who is having hard time to believe this, let me tell you, there are thousands of people around us who will make people, those who don't speak good English, feel like that. And that's why I need to speak on this topic. And why am I making this video specifically in English? It's because I want this video to reach the larger audience. I want this video specifically also to reach the people who watch this, people who are all the English speaking kind of educated people. Do we see English as a language or a status symbol? Let's say both. In some areas, yes, English is known and treated as just a language, just a mode of communication. But in some areas, and specifically in our country, English is known as a status symbol for people, or it has become that way. For people, even the audience, anywhere it is. You can see it for yourself even in your own families, in your own surroundings, that a person who cannot speak good English is treated less than the person who speaks more English or good English. You know, people have this weird perception that a person who speaks good and fluent English is more poised, smart, educated than the person who speaks no English. They treat that person in comparison to that person as not educated, which you can say gavar in the language. Yes, they are treated like that, and they are treated in somewhere highly than the person who cannot speak good English. I mean, this is the most weird thing I could have ever known and observed in people. An English speaking person is perceived as more intelligent than the Hindi speaking person, or not English speaking person, you can say. I don't know why. It has always been such a thing in this country specifically, that the people who follow Western traditions, wear Western clothes, they have this kind of, even a house, they have a lifestyle which is more westernized. They are known as modern, forward people, the people who are actually going with the trends, who are living in the now. Then the people who are actually still in this day, in this time, living in their own traditions and culture, because they want to live in that same lifestyle. They don't want to change their lifestyle, their cultures and traditions. And I don't know, for some reason they are known as backward people. And you know, it's such a surprising thing that this thing affects both in positive and negative ways. This thing also affects the dressing sense, how we see the people. You know, when you see a girl, in people's eyes, If they see a girl in modern clothes, in more westernized clothes, they think of her as she does not have any traditional or cultural values. In comparison to the girl who is following Indian traditions, who is wearing sari and suits, she wears that type of clothes because she wants to, and she is seen as more cultural, more nice, sweet, and a good person. I don't know why. This is crazy. This is so crazy. When a form of language and culture became the barrier, became the base of differentiating humans. We as Indians think that we are independent since 1947. Are we? Are we? You can see for yourself on social media, on the internet, worldwide. Literally, we all are trying to become westernized in every possible way. And I'm not saying that it is a bad thing. It is your choice. You have complete freedom of the type of life you want to live, the language you want to speak, and the type of clothes you want to wear. This is no one's matter. But I am saying you are doing that not because you purposefully like it. You are doing that because you want to live like everyone else is living on social media. You think that just because people are following, maybe let's say an example of pastels trend, that because Western people wear more pastels colors, so we are also following that. Like, for the biggest example is that basically we used to say that an Indian bride is supposed to wear red or such color on her wedding, but literally everywhere on the internet we are seeing Indian bride wearing white pastels on her wedding. And I'm not saying anything wrong in that, no, but you know why they are wearing that? They are not wearing that because they like it. They are wearing that 90% probably because they have seen on social media and because they like the aesthetics of it, and that's why they want to follow it so that they can be also involved like everyone is on social media. They are not wearing white, they are not wearing pastels because they like it. They are wearing it because they want to be included in a certain type of category, and that is the truth everyone needs to hear. Don't come for me at all that why she is thinking like that, what is her perception. This is the truth. And if you are a little offended by this, tell me, when was the last time you saw a foreign bride, an American or a British or a Christian bride, in a red gown at her wedding? Why do they not follow our traditions? Why do they not copy us? Why the brides over there are still wearing white? Why they are not wearing red? Why it's the only us, we are following them? Why they are not wearing red bridal lehengas or gowns at their wedding? Have you ever seen? No. Because you know why? Because they are proud of their own culture, they acknowledge it and they follow it. They are not questioning their culture because they think that they are inferior than others. We have always thought of us as inferior in compared to the Western culture, and I swear no one can say no to that. We still somewhere at some point feel inferior with our culture and tradition, and we do not even acknowledge it. We are not even proud of it. These small reasons are the reason why we see people who are more westernized, modern, English speaking people following Western patterns and traditions and clothing and cultures as more modern and more forward and more smart people than the ones who follow the culture and traditions of our own country. I'm making it crystal clear. I am not asking you to follow a particular tradition. I'm not asking you to stick to your country's culture or tradition, and I'm not asking you to not wear pastels or whites or something. It's your freedom of choice. You have the freedom to do whatever you want because you like it. I am just making it aware to people that 90% of the people are not doing it because they like it. They are doing it for feeling validated by others on social media. They are doing it because they are following trends like other people on social media. They are not doing it because they like it. They are doing it for the gram. They are doing it because they want to be included in a particular type of category. And now let's come to schools. Schools are meant for teaching, for giving knowledge, and for making you a good person. That's what I believe, at least. But have you seen, even in our schools, they treat speaking Hindi as a punishment. Even I am from a convent school myself. And you know how my school, it has really good values. My school has teaching me the English that I'm speaking right now. But I blame them for the things that they do to people. That if some student is speaking Hindi, they treat it as a punishment. And I think most of you would have experienced it, especially the people from convent school. I agree that you want us to learn English, you want us to learn how to speak English. It's good for us. But you cannot treat another language as a punishment. You know, there was a rule in my school that if in breaks or recess time, if you are caught speaking Hindi, then you have to pay fine. What kind of values you are giving to your students by saying that if they are teaching one language because they want you to learn a specific language, but by demeaning the other language, by saying that if you speak that language you have to pay. I don't understand that why we have to pay fine money in our own country for speaking the mother tongue of that country, just so that we can learn another language. If this is the way you're going to make students practice to learn English, this is the worst possible way. Schools are meant for learning and teaching, but since when schools became the head of making you learn that what language you can speak or communicate with or not, even when you're in school? And you know what? Who gave them the rights to act in a certain way? We did. By not opposing them, by not confronting them that I am in a country whose mother tongue is Hindi. Then why I have to pay? Why I have to be punished for speaking that language just for learning this another language? We never opposed. We just got scared and we followed the rules without questioning them. We have created this toxic environment for the people who do not understand or speak good English, that they feel ashamed of themselves for not being able to speak English. And this is the worst that you can make anybody feel about themselves, that just because they don't know a certain language, they should feel lesser than the people who know. Was this the purpose of the schools, institutions, society, and us as people? To make a person or some category of people feel ashamed just because they cannot speak a certain type of language? I want you to share this video to as many people as you can, and especially to the ones who actually need to hear this, which is either the ones who feel they are some superior kind of people just because they can speak English and they are more smart, and to the people who have experienced this, feeling ashamed, feeling less than the people who spoke English and they felt bad. I want you all to know that no, you are not less smart, less educated, or anything less than the people who can speak English. English is a language, not a status symbol. English is a mode of communication, not something that you define someone's value with. Thank you so much for watching this video, and do subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I would love to hear each and every one of your views in the comment section. I will be reading all the comments, so please do comment your views, whatever you liked or disliked about this video. And if you learned anything by this video or you felt something relatable, I would love to know that. Or if any other video of mine has helped you, then please, I would love to hear that. Thank you so much.